It's my pleasure to give you a webinar about our new launched product we call Smart Temperature Reader. So because this device can help for epidemic prevention, so it has been well deployed in many using scenarios in China. So today it's my pleasure to share this product to our global partners also. So we hope we can contribute our technology for epidemic prevention. Okay, we will start for now. Hello, just 1 minute. I'm reconnecting the network. Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Your camera is giving some tricks, but it looks nice presentation. Don't worry. Carry on, please.
Okay. Okay. In my presentation, I will share 3 parts. First one about our product born story. So I'll tell you something about our project Milestone and why we developed a new product for the epidemic prevention and some stories after our R&D. Second part, we will share about our product FAB. So it means feature, advantage, and benefit. We will compare with the popular other competitive devices, for example, thermometer, and also the infrared imaging system. And part 3, this is the main part on my webinar also. We will guide you for the application scenarios and also the using cases. But this one mainly in China because we have deployed this device firstly in China market. Okay, so first part is about our product born story. Actually, we can say this is a diagram about the COVID-19. As we all know, COVID-19 outbreak in China by end of last year. But the better thing is now everything is under control now in China. The first program shows the new cases and the new recoveries in China. We can see the number after February, specifically February 27, all the numbers is going down. And even for the new cases, for example, just today, the new cases in China just 31. And most of the infections has recovered. And another number we can say recovery rate in China is 96. So this is a pretty good number. That's because why? Because China government has taken very strict prevention measures to control the spreading of the virus. And after that is some new technology, actually, including our device. That's why I will introduce this device to you. Hope it can contribute its power for also in overseas. And the sheet in the right corner shows the latest number of infections in the world. For example, in US, the number has increased to 245,000. Then Italy, Spain, and Germany. So this is horrible numbers. Hopefully, everything will be under control very soon. And under the COVID situation, but how to protect ourselves, actually authorities and officials from WHO give some suggestions. For example, first one, separate yourself. That's why many countries is taking the quarantine measures. Actually, it's a kind of protection. So if anyone have a fever, have a cough, separate yourself, and it will keep yourself and the people around you be safe. Then actually wear face masks is a very effective measures. And even now in China, even though all the situation is under control, office opened, shopping mall opened, cinemas opened, but still people are used to wear a face mask. And then it's cleaning high touch surface is also a very, very effective way to keep everything clean so you can stay away from the virus. The most important one actually is monitor fever symptoms, because actually there's a very obvious symptoms of the virus, including SARS, including Ebola. All the pandemic shows has a very obvious symptoms. Is people may carry a fever, so that's why temperature measurement is a very important way to monitor the health situation, to monitor if you have get infected. Okay, then I would like to introduce a system in China and how we monitor the health situation of the citizen, and how do we manage the epidemic prevention. Actually, we call it China Health Code. As the picture show, everyone have a health code. It's unique. So in the code information, actually it's based on your own travel history. And also you need to report some health information by yourself. So it rates a person's risk of infection. For example, if you have went to some high-risk regions, your code maybe get right. For example, in Hubei in China, if you traveled to Hubei, then you carry a code with red color. Then maybe some place around Hubei, then you carry a code with yellow. Or at the same time, you get a fever or have a cough, or you feel uncomfortable. You need to self-report this information when you generate the code. So then your health situation or health status will be tracked. But if everything is okay, you stay at home or you keep yourself very safe, then you have a green code. That means you can travel very freely. So what's the function of this code? It's actually act as a health passports. If you have a green code, that means you have a normal passport. You can travel, you can maybe work, do anything you want, but under some restrictions, for example, you need to wear your face mask. Then how to use it? With the red passes, as I mentioned, red pass, red code means you have traveled to some high-risk areas. Then you are required to quarantine at home for 14 days or even longer. And when you have a yellow code, you are required to isolate themselves for a week. But if you got your green code, you can travel very freely. Because now in China, when you go, wherever you go, for example, if you want to go to your office building, you must show the codes to the safeguards. You will scan the code and verify the codes. Then test your body temperature. Then you are allowed to go into a building. The shopping malls, even the bus, taxi, everything is the same. So this is the health code system we are using. And actually, there are some other countries, some of their governments also have interest for this system. And actually, we are working with the government company who developed this health code system. And they also would like to help other countries. And when to use, actually, I have mentioned some using cases. Actually, all the public spaces, if you want to go, you need to show the code, like supermarkets, like workplace, and even public transportation stations, train station, bus, even airports. So you need the code. But behind the code, what's the theory? Actually, it's used mainly for ID identification. So they must know who you are and what's your health status. So all this are tracked by the health code. So actually based on these two main functions and demand, temperature measurement, and also ID identification, we need a device which with the two of the functions. That's why we have this idea, then we want to make it to a product. We call it Cilico C6T. Here, this slide, I will show our project Milestone. Actually, you know, in February, the virus is very vital in China. The infections number is increasing heavily. Actually, on February 21st, actually we are still in holiday, but that time our company management have an idea and we form a project team. We do the project evaluation, and on February 21st, we have approved this project. Then very fast, on March 2nd, we have released the samples and start to do all kinds of testing. On February 22nd, we have started the trial production. We produced, for example, maybe 500 pieces or more than that. We do all kinds of also testing, and we send it to some users, for our partners. We do all kinds of testing for the trial production. And on March 19th, we have started our mass production. And at the same time, we have launched our cloud platform for China market. Actually, this cloud platform mainly for ID identification, because in China, as I mentioned, we needed to scan the ID card and also the health code. And after 3 days, we have launched officially this product to the market, even overseas markets in Southeast Asia, Middle East, and also Europe, some countries. We made a very brief statistics. We have sold to 15 countries. some small quantity, some mass quantity. So you can see the overall project milestone. Actually, we have a very high efficiency. The total R&D for this product is just 1 month, less than 1 month. Less than 1 month, we have make it to mass production and even launch to market. That's why, because actually we have 20 years experience on the AIGC market. For example, for data capture, and also we have a very high efficiency R&D team when we want to do the temperature measurements, and especially we have good experience on the healthcare sector. We worked, for example, more than 300 hospitals in China, so we know the market. That's why we can launch the project very quickly into the market. Okay, part 2, I will introduce our product FAB, feature, advantage, and the benefit one by one. So this is the product picture, and you can see this product actually based on our healthcare mobile computer, but we did a lot to customization and add value functions. First feature is multi-ways of ID identification. For example, this device supports NFC, because even in China, our ID card is NFC. So we can read the ID card. And also we support barcode scanning, like 1D, 2D scanning. For example, in schools, student card, maybe they are using QR code in China. Also, we can read the passport by OCR. So passport, ID card, students card, even bus card, many pasta, we can do the identification, so multi-ways. And the second feature, the most important feature is the temperature measurement. As I mentioned, in almost all public places, you need to test the body temperature. And with our device, it's very easy. You just scan a button, then you can read the temperature data just less than 1 second. And also it's no contact measurement. So it's also decrease the exposure. Also good for protection. At the same time, this device has data transfer functions and also multi-ways. For example, it supports 4G LTE, even Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. That means even you use it outdoor, you don't need to worry about the data transfer, because in some using scenarios, they need to collect the data, temperature data, then they need to upload to a server or to cloud. Then you have a 4G connection is very necessary. Also, with our hardware, we have our software solution. We have our own Mdm platform, so mobile device management platform. For example, you have more than 100 devices. You want to track the user status, also the GPS, all functions. You can use our Mdm. And the last one is easy development, because our device is based on Android OS, and so the development is quite easy, because the ecosystem is already very completed, and there are many developers. Also, we provide our very professional SDK. There are many programming language optional, like Java, C, and quite many others. Except the main features, as I introduced, we have others I have listed below. For example, this device is rugged design, also IP65. That means you can use it outdoor even if it's raining. Also, at the same time, we use antibacterial materials. So it's health healthcare certified level materials. Also, we have a quite high performance. We are using a octa-core CPU and also high performance RAM, flash, ROM, and others. Also, we have a design for removable battery, so you can use it, for example, outdoor for the whole day, or if you want to change your battery, it's also very convenient. Also, we have various accessories, for example, hand strip, charging cradles, and many others, for example, the leather protector for easier use. So this is our product features. So the ID identification and the body temperature measurement into one device. Actually, except these two functions, we have many others like data transfer, like device management, and also very flexible secondary development. Even we can provide some customization service on the software side. For example, the temperature measurement application. We also provide the SDK to do secondary development. Okay, the next one is about our product advantages. So we can make a very brief or simple comparison between body thermometer and also infrared thermal imaging system. So we can see body thermometer, their features. First is accurate. Yes, the number is about 0.2. Actually, our device is same, or even the performance is even better. And also the thermometer is very easy for carry. So they have an advantage of mobility. And also compared with infrared thermal system, it's quite cheap, so also economic. But it can only do the body temperature measurement, so without any other function. So compared with our device or other device, we can only capture the temperature data. That's all. That's all what it can do. Okay, let's see infrared thermal imaging system. As the picture shows, it's a quite complicated system, but its advantage is long distance. It can be maybe 2 meters, 3 meters, and at the same time it can take many people's temperature data at the same time, maybe 10, 20. This is their advantage. But this kind of system can only be used in indoor, especially in fixed places. So if you want to carry it out, impossible. So it's only suitable for fixed using places. And also, as I mentioned, it's a quite complex system because except the camera, you have a backend applications or software and many other accessories like NVR. So you need a very professional staff, operational staff to manage this system. And also the cost is quite high, maybe $10,000 US one system. So compared with these devices, what is our advantage? I have summarized some points here. Firstly, compared with infrared thermal imaging, we have advantage of mobility. Also, we can do very easy deployment because it's just like a smartphone with the specific applications you just turn on, and on backend you can do deployment by our Mdm. So the deployment is quite easy. Also, as I mentioned, our data temperature measurement is also very high accuracy because we are using a medical level sensor. the performance is equal or even better than body thermometer. We have got the very professional certification from the institutions. So there is no any worries about this. Also, as I mentioned, except the temperature measurement functions, we have many other functions, like you can use it as a smartphone. Also, we can even support other functions like bug scanning, even RFID, and there are more functions. Also, we provide a cloud data management platform. Actually, all using cases we deployed in China, we manage the identity data by our cloud. We worked with some institutions. For example, in schools, all the schools, when they capture the students' temperature data, they need to upload to government server. So we provide a cloud data management system. Also, we have multiple ways of ID identification. So your ID card, passport, or any other kinds of pass or cards, it can be read. So this is our advantages. Okay, how about our benefits? So based on our features and also the comparison, we can see our benefits. First one is our body temperature test and ID identification and bug scanning and report generation. Actually, all the functions in one devices. It's all-in-one devices with multi functions, and all these are automatic. For example, if you capture the temperature data, you can generate the reports automatically. So it's quite convenient. Also, the design is industrial grade. So it's industrial grade protection, and the operation is very convenient, like Android smartphone. And also we did a lot of customization for the OS. So it can be better used for the industrial using case. Also, we provide a cloud platform for data management and even analysis. Because when governments or any institutions, they see the data, they want to find some obvious indications from the data. So the data analysis is even more important than management. So our platform can do this work also. And next one is actually we provide a total solution, not only hardware. We also provide our software, as I mentioned, our MDM and our data measurement applications, and even more other applications like scanning, like ID identification. Also, we provide very flexible customization of the device and also the software, because our device specs is optional. For example, if you need a barcode scanner, you can choose it, or if you don't need, you can remove it. So it's very flexible. Okay, the next part I will mainly introduce about the application scenarios and the using cases. That means who are our target customers. That's extremely important. So our main target customer is actually hospitals. You know, under the COVID situation, all the hospitals is overworked. If you want to go to a hospital, you must wait maybe several hours. It's normal. That's why, because the hospital, there are too many infections, and everyone to go to in the hospital in priority. In this case, the hospital, they really need a device to do a primary selection. For example, those one with a fever, maybe they have a more chance to get infected. So they may choose those ones to go inside firstly. So the user case is used at the reception of the hospital to test body temperature and give the right guidance to patients. So all the pictures in my slide is real pictures we taken from our deployment places. The first one is in one hospital in China. They use it for body temperature measurement and also do the reception guidance. The second one is school, because schools in China, they have recovered from last week. So every the students go to school, they must to check the body temperature first. So this device are used at the entrance to test the students' body temperature. And at the same time, they must know if the students belongs to a school, belongs to our school or no. So they also need to read the student's card. And actually, there are many types in schools, but normally in China it's based on NFC or QR code. So the safeguard read your card to confirm you belong to this school, then you are get allowed to go into this school. At the same time, if you get a fever, you are refused. Maybe you need to be isolated or you must go to hospital. So actually it's a safe check. Another using scenarios is the factory, because during the COVID, manufacturers actually they are closed. But in China, most of them have recovered the production. So they use the device for personnel management. They need to rate the employee pass and also do the body temperature measurement. They also do random inspection in the factory, because you know in one factory maybe there are more than 200 or even more staff workers. So if anyone gets a fever, all the work, all the production will be stopped. So also random inspection is also very necessary. Okay, the next one is shopping malls and supermarkets. As I mentioned in China, if you every one of us have a health code. If we want to go to shopping mall, our first step is to show the current code. They will scan the code to confirm the code is yours. Then they will do the body temperature test to make sure all the people who has going to the shopping malls have no fever. Okay, the next one is community. Community, they have very strict measurement in China. They use at the entrance of community to read the ID card or scan health code. Then also to test the body temperature test. Also the function is same. First one to confirm you belongs to this community. Then to confirm you has no fever. Also the last one I mentioned here is the transportation. On bus station, on train station, because there are too many people crowded together. That's why they need to test body temperature. And some stations, they are using infrared imaging system, but as I mentioned, they can't be used outdoor, and they can't be carried anywhere. So mobility is very necessary in these cases. So our device can be used at the, for example, train station to read the barcode on tickets, to verify the tickets. is draining. Then to test your body temperature to confirm you has no fever. Then even in a train or bus, there are inspector, they do the random inspection. Okay, then I will list some using case in China. So case story. The first one is one of our cynic spouse in Jinsha, a city Jinsha Museum. The application is the use on the museum entrance to scanning ID cards, because in China many of the museum they are using e-tickets. So if you scan the code or scan your ID card to verify the ticket, also to confirm your identity. Then second, to scan your health code. Then they will do the temperature measurements for visitors. Yeah, okay. In this use case, the functions they have been used, including 2D scanning, as mentioned, to verify the ticket, then temperature test to confirm you has no fever, then they read your ID card. Okay, second using case is a medical university and affiliated hospital. The application is Devon area of university and also the outpatient department of the hospital. They used for personnel temperature detection and also identification management. In this case, the functions has been used, including also the temperature test, then ID card recognition, and also they use the data uploading, because in hospitals they needed to collect the body temperature data, then upload to their backend system, for example, HIS. Okay, in this one, actually there's a small video you can see. It's in office building. If you want to go inside, you need to scan the ID card. You need to scan the ID cards, then do temperature measurement. In this case, we even use another function, OCR. We do the OCR ID card recognition. Okay, the last one is campus epidemic surveillance management. Also, we can show you a small video. They scan the wristband. There's a 2D barcode on that. Then test your body temperature. You use at the entrance to test the body temperature and also record the information. The schools, they have an application and they need to upload the data to maybe government. Also, the functions are used ID card, ID identification, and also temperature test. Okay, that's all my slides.